Ladies, gentlemen, and whoever or whatever you identify as, welcome back to the Shed of Dread and welcome to another video. Article time again. Goggles on. Here we go. This is an interesting one. New Star Wars Padawan prequel novel implies Obi-Wan Kenobi is bisexual. Because, of course, we need to know this. Because, let's be brutally honest, this has clearly been written by somebody's own who wants to fill his own wet dream. But I shall cover it because it's there. In the latest example of Disney's almost fetishic desire to both retcon Star Wars continuity and lazy identity swap the numerous classic pop culture icons that have come under the ownership in recent years, the upcoming prequel-era novel Star Wars Padawan features a moment in which implies that Obi-Wan Kenobi is bisexual. This is going to be a comic strip and probably won't sell. Because who cares? Written by YA fiction author Kirsten White, perhaps best known for a paranormalcy series. Star Wars Padawan is set during the early years of Obi-Wan's training under Qui-Gon Jinn and finds a young Jedi running off without his master to undertake an official Jedi mission after growing restless with the slower and more mindful parts of training. You know, kind of like Anakin did. Oh dear me. Obi-Wan Kenobi really wants to be a good Padawan, even though he's not following, reads the synopsis of the novel provided by the official Star Wars website. The best Padawan even. But it's feeling more and more impossible with his new master Qui-Gon Jinn. All of Obi-Wan's friends are off training to be real Jedis, getting mission experience while he is still on Coruscant, practicing his forms and sitting in silent contemplation. Ever since Qui-Gon's former master Dooku left the Order, it feels like Qui-Gon has been too busy trying to connect with the Force and or arguing with the Jedi Council to properly train his Padawan. Didn't quite see that in the films, but hey, there you go. And also, isn't that exactly... Yeah, okay, let's carry on. When Obi-Wan finally convinces Qui-Gon to take him on a mission to a remote planet once explored by an ancient Jedi, his master doesn't show up the morning they are to leave, so Obi-Wan impulsively takes off by himself, which is exactly what any self-respecting Padawan would do. The synopsis concludes, upon arrival on the mysterious lush planet, he encounters a group of teenagers with no adult supervision. Wow, this is going to be fucking awesome, isn't it? And who all seem to have a connection with the Force. Free from the constraints of the Order, Obi-Wan joins them in their daring adventures, but the Padawan side of him keeps questioning the teens' strange relationship to the Force and to the verdant planet around them, and what all of it might mean to his future. Obi-Wan will test the limits of his relationship to the Jedi and to the Force in this exciting yet soulful explanation of one of Star Wars' used to be enduring heroes before we created a TV show and now a book to sodomise and destroy his legacy as well. Though the Padawan is set to officially hit the shelves on July 26th, it's not going to sell well, I guarantee. The completists will want it, but I wouldn't touch it. Copies of the book began to sprout up in the public at least 4 days prior to the official release date. With novel in hand, eager readers soon discovered that the novel featured a scene which saw the future Jedi legend question his sexuality. Why? No one cares. It doesn't fucking matter. But now let's carry on. Consider the possibility that he is either bisexual and or asexual, even though sex relationships like that never appear in Star Wars. It doesn't matter. For fuck's sake. Someone who has little to no interest in sex after being hit on by a male ally. What a surprise! As shared by Twitter user at Ewan's Obi on July 22nd, the moment occurs during a rhetorical discussion on love and romance between Obi-Wan and one of the aforementioned teenagers, Castle. Taken aback by the latest warning that the other teenager is not romantically available, Obi-Wan informs Castle, "I can't afford to attachments like that anyway." Couldn't he though, if he didn't go back? Then he questions himself, was that something he would even want? It has always been so forbidden. Even thinking about it, like holding his right hand next to his lightsaber blade. What? He knew some of his friends had dabbled in physical relationships, suspected Siri would have been open to it, but never wanted to, Obi-Wan continued. referencing his previous attraction to fellow Jedi Suritachi. It had always seemed like an obstacle, not a temptation. And besides, Obi-Wan said, rushing to change the subject for himself more than anyone, I would never want to be in a relationship with a leader too close to politicians or royalty. I'm sure that if I ever fell in love, it will be someone calm, peaceful, and easy to get along with. So you want someone who doesn't challenge you, replies Casual, to which Obi-Wan laughed and then shrugged. I don't know what I want, if I was being honest. Mirroring Obi-Wan's shrug, Casual opens up, not my only choices round here. I don't think love's in my future either, and I'm fine with that, he opines to the Jedi. As long as I have the power to keep my family safe, that's enough for me. Although I will admit I've been curious about kissing and why Aju and Zibri enjoy it so much. So, if you're ever curious too, let me know. To this flirtation, Obi-Wan is said to have blushed before finding himself flustered and stammering like an awkward teenager in a generic rom-com. I will, he says casually. I'll let you know. I mean, not that I will do that right now with you or anyone. Turning inwards once again, Obi-Wan questions, why would he ever get to the point of kissing someone? Felt like anything less than betraying himself and the Jedi. And if he did get to the point, why would he want to kiss? The Leherns, the species which Casual and his friends belonged to, were confident and charismatic, which was attractive, but he couldn't just imagine kissing any of them. Maybe he didn't want to be with them, but rather be more like each of them, he debates to himself. Or maybe he wanted to kiss all of them. Oh, fuck's sake. Not mean though, because he's feeling that he would upset her very much. So don't kiss the woman, just the men. Ultimately, Obi-Wan concludes he wasn't going to kiss any of them, regardless. Anything on Lehenra seemed to be simple and felt impossibly complicated, and that would be doubtless make it worse before returning to their tasks, harvesting crops. Notably, this vague hint that Obi-Wan is either bisexual or asexual is yet another example of modern Hollywood's using the absence of evidence, except to see defenders of this abrupt change likely arguing that this moment could make more sense to the character, as he never outrightly denied his attraction to men or was seen physical with either Siri or Satine Kazar, to be confirmed an established character as a sublime member of the LGBT alphabet community, because that's what fucking matters now, in order to virtue signal the most vocal sex of our social media progressives. Recent examples of this technique can be used to the same end can be seen in the recent bisexual reimaginings of DC Comics' John Kent and Marvel comic books incarnation of the Star-Lord and the MCU version of Loki, which of course is an absolute true reflection, because everything has to be about LGBT inclusivity, etc, 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 because that's all that matters now, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Not telling a decent story, just trying to squeeze some of that in there somewhere so we can appease people who don't even read our books or watch our fucking TV shows. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a fat bloke sitting in his shed surrounded by his toys. You let me know what you think. Comment section down below. You know what to do by now. I'm going to have to tell you. And if you don't, go back and watch some other videos. And if you haven't watched those videos, why not? If you enjoyed this video, you can always do what my friend Dave the Hand here and thumb up the video. Thank you so much, Dave. Much appreciated. If you want to subscribe, it is going to be down there in the corner, little arrow. Click on that subscription. It'll be somewhere depending on your device down there. If you want to, and you have done that, which is, thank you, you can hit the bell. It looks like that. You ding that bell, and with that, you should get notifications from YouTube. I've done another video, which you may or may not. It depends on whether YouTube wants to tell you or not. Some people do get them. Other people get them 6 days later. Oh, I don't know how it works. But you know what? But, you know, thumbing it up, liking it, sharing it, and subscribing just helps the algorithm, and then means that maybe more people can watch my videos. And with that, and as always, and until the next one, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you for spending some time with me. As always, it is much appreciated.